There's a pretty basic setting inside of Illustrator that even some of the more advanced Illustrator users often forget about, and that's something called custom views. We've spent a significant amount of time so far in this chapter talking about different ways to view the artwork in your document. You have different preview modes, you can pan around or zoom to certain areas in your document, switch between different artboards. But it's nice to know that you can actually save some of those settings. In fact, when you're working on a document that you know you'll return to again and again, for example, this document right here has many different elements inside of it. I have some branding information, some cards that are here and here, maybe some packaging designs, and even some other artwork. I may use these many times throughout a campaign, and even when I'm trying to work on this artwork to begin with, I may want to find an easy way to jump to the part that I want to work on at the moment. So let's see how custom views can help us do that. I'm going to start by just zooming in on some of the artwork over here. So I'm going to go over here, Command Spacebar gives me my zoom tool. I'm going to zoom in on just this one area here, draw a marquee around that. And what I'm going to do now is save a new view with this particular setting. The way that you do that is you go to the View menu, and all the way at the bottom there's a setting here called New View. I'm going to give this view a name. I'm going to call it Main Branding. Then I'm going to click OK. Now, say I really want to focus on the detail of this flower right here. So what I'll do is I'll zoom in on just this one flower right here. Now that's front and center of my screen, so I could really focus on it. And I'll save this as a view. I'll go back to the View menu. I'm going to choose New View, and I'll call this one Lily. When I click OK, I now have created two custom views in this document. For example, let's return to this view over here, Fit All in Window. This is where we started out with. If I now wanted to work on just the main branding, I can go to the View menu, choose down here Main Branding, and jump directly to that view. If I know I want to focus on that artwork with the lily in it, I can go back to the View menu, and instead of trying to zoom in or use the hand tool or the zoom tool to get just that area in my focus, I can go straight to it by choosing Lily here. But it's important to know that custom views can really go a step beyond this. I'll zoom back out to view my entire document once again. And maybe I want to focus on this area over here, but I'm also working in outline mode because I have so many different objects going on over here. So I'm going to go to the View menu, I'm going to go into Outline View. Now I see all the paths that were used to create this artwork. And once again, I'll define a new view by going to the View menu, scrolling down to the bottom, choosing New View, and I'll call this one Gift Card Outline. I'll save this view by clicking OK, and notice that even though I'm right now in outline mode, if I go back to the View menu and I choose Main Branding, Illustrator returns me to the preview mode. Why? Because the preview mode was currently active when I saved this view. However, if I were to jump back now to that Gift Card Outline View mode, notice now I'm returned to the Outline View. So when you save a view, Illustrator not only saves the zoom level and the part of the document that's visible, it also memorizes whether or not that artwork was in outline mode or in a preview mode. So while it takes a few extra clicks to create these new views inside of Illustrator, know that once you've created them, it's so much easier now to navigate within your document. One thing to note, the views that you've just created now belong to this one document. This means that each document that you create can have its own custom views. While it certainly makes sense to have custom views set up in a document such as this with multiple artboards in it, it can also be helpful for very detailed artwork. For example, if you're doing a movie poster that has many different elements inside of it, you can create custom views to quickly zoom in on different portions of the illustration. One last thing to point out, you'll notice if you go to the View menu and you scroll down to these settings over here, you'll see that you can choose Edit Views. In doing so, you can select any of these and choose to delete them if you feel that that view is no longer needed.